Israel could secretly be building a $27 billion stealth bomber. The very idea sounds shocking. After all, Israel already has access to some of the most advanced American fighter jets in the world. Billions of dollars in U.S. military aid flow into the country every year. And yet, whispers suggest something more ambitious may be happening behind closed doors. A project that, if real, could rival even America's own B-21 Raider. But is this truth, or just speculation designed to unsettle rivals? Tonight, we dig into the rumors that Israel is developing an aircraft capable of reshaping the balance of air power across the Middle East. Israel is already known for its strengths in missile defense, cyber warfare, and cutting-edge drone technology. Time and time again, its innovations have rivaled, and sometimes even surpassed, Pentagon solutions. So, what if the same ingenuity were applied to building a stealth bomber? A plane designed to fly long distances, evade detection, and deliver massive payloads deep into enemy territory. Some reports claim that if such a program exists, it has already raised red flags in Moscow, Beijing, and Tehran. These nations, each with their own strategic interests in the region, would not take kindly to Israel possessing such devastating power. But before we explore the possibility of this bomber, let's rewind to June. The world watched in horror as Israel and Iran clashed in what is now remembered as the 12-Day War. Explosions shook the Middle East. Missiles lit up the skies. And for the first time in history, the United States military fought shoulder to shoulder with Israel in a full-scale war. This was the moment the world realized just how fragile the balance of power had become. Because in the middle of that war, America unleashed one of its most secretive and terrifying weapons, the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. But here's where things get interesting. The B-2 wasn't just flying reconnaissance missions. It was carrying 30,000-pound bunker busters, enormous bombs so powerful they can smash through reinforced concrete and steel, pulverizing underground bunkers buried hundreds of feet below. When those bombs dropped on Iran's nuclear facilities, the ground shook for miles. The message was clear: if America wanted to, it could cripple Iran's nuclear program in a single night. Israel, despite its reputation as a formidable air power, didn't have the tools to pull off such an operation on its own. The F-35s in its arsenal are stealthy, yes, but too small to carry bunker busters. The F-15s and F-16s are capable but limited by payload and range. Israel has no heavy bombers, nothing comparable to the B-2 or even America's older B-52s. That's why the US had to step in. And that's why many in Washington are now asking a dangerous question: should Israel be given this capability for the next conflict? 2 U.S. lawmakers, Democrat Josh Gottheimer from New Jersey and Republican Mike Lawler from New York, think the answer is yes. They've introduced something called the Bunker Buster Act. If passed, this legislation would authorize the transfer of America's heaviest non-nuclear bombs, the MOP, or Massive Ordnance Penetrator, to Israel, along with the aircraft required to deliver them. And that's where the debate turns explosive. Because these bombs cannot be carried by just any plane. Only one aircraft is certified for them, the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. That fact alone makes the idea unprecedented. Washington has never shared its strategic bombers with any nation, not even its closest NATO allies. To hand one over to Israel would be a seismic shift in military policy. Critics point out the obvious risks. Giving Israel the ability to strike Iran's deepest bunkers without American oversight could destabilize the region. What if Israel launched a surprise strike, dragging the US into another Middle Eastern war? What if Russia or China saw the transfer as an escalation and responded with their own military buildups? The questions are endless. And yet, the push for this capability has come up again and again over the past decade. Former Israeli Ambassador Michael Oren admitted that as far back as 2013, he personally asked Washington for access to heavy bombers, even requesting the venerable B-52 Stratofortress. The answer was always no. But the requests kept coming. Think about that. Israel was willing to operate a 60-year-old Cold War bomber just for the chance to carry bunker busters across the Middle East. That shows just how desperate the country is for long-range strike capability. Still, skeptics argue the B-52 would be a poor fit. Too old. Too vulnerable. Too exposed to modern air defenses. Iran may not have the most advanced systems, but even their aging defenses could pose serious risks to a lumbering bomber. And yet, during the 12-day war, Israel's Air Force systematically dismantled Iran's radar and missile sites. By the time the U.S. launched Operation Midnight Hammer on June 22, large chunks of Iranian airspace were already clear. Had Israel possessed B-52s, or something stealthier, they might not have needed America's help at all. This is where the rumors of a homegrown stealth bomber gain traction. Could Israel really be trying to bypass Washington and build its own? On one hand, the idea sounds far-fetched. Developing a strategic bomber is one of the most complex and expensive engineering feats on Earth. On the other hand, Israel has shocked the world before. It turned basic American F-15s into multi-role strike fighters. It developed the Iron Dome, a missile defense system some experts thought was impossible. And its cyber units are considered among the best in the world. So, if Israel is secretly working on a stealth bomber, it wouldn't just be about hardware. It would be about independence. The ability to strike Iran. Or any other threat, without waiting for American approval. The ability to project power not just regionally, but globally. And perhaps most importantly, the ability to keep rivals guessing. But here's the real twist. Even if Israel never builds such a bomber, the mere perception that it might be doing so could serve as a powerful deterrent. Rivals like Iran or Hezbollah wouldn't know for sure what Israel is capable of. That uncertainty alone could keep them from pushing too far. And the debate doesn't stop in the skies. Israel is also quietly expanding its naval strength. Its German-built Dolphin-class submarines already give it a powerful second strike option, capable of launching nuclear-tipped cruise missiles from beneath the waves. If Israel adds long-range bombers to that equation, it would create a two-pronged deterrent force, invisible submarines lurking at sea, and stealth aircraft dominating the skies. Together, they would give Israel the kind of global reach normally reserved for superpowers. But there's still one final question. Is the U.S. willing to allow this shift? America's military support for Israel has always come with strings attached. Weapons, yes, but not the most guarded technologies. The F-22 Raptor, for example, was legally banned from export, largely to prevent sensitive technology from slipping abroad. Could a stealth bomber fall into the same category? For now, the truth remains shrouded in secrecy. Maybe Israel is quietly testing designs in the desert, building a prototype that no one has yet seen. Maybe the rumors are exaggerated, a product of wishful thinking or deliberate misinformation. Or maybe, just maybe, the first Israeli stealth bomber is already on the drawing board, waiting for the moment it will be revealed to the world. Until then, the only certainty is this: Israel's quest for long-range strike power is far from over. Whether it comes in the form of American hand-me-downs, bunker-buster legislation, or a brand-new homegrown stealth bomber, the race for aerial dominance in the Middle East is entering a dangerous new chapter. Thanks for watching. And before you go, ask yourself this: if Israel really is building its own $27 billion stealth bomber, how would the world respond the day it finally takes to the skies?